You don't know how to do your makeup? Listen up because I'm going to teach you step by step. If you're new here, hi, I'm Claire. I've been a qualified makeup artist for 8 years. I worked at Mecca for 5 years and I've taught hundreds of people how to do their makeup. So make sure you're following me and let's get started. First, you need to know your skin type or you're wasting your time. And that's because it helps determine what makeup you should be using and what's going to look best on your face. We're talking primer, foundation, should you be glowy, should you be matte? So I found this little diagram on the interwebs to help you determine your skin type. I'll get out of your way so you can screenshot it. Let's start at oily skin. Oily skin, you can usually see enlarged pores. You get quite shiny pretty much everywhere. Sometimes you're quite acne prone. Dry skin has a little bit more texture. You might find your skin is a little bit flaky. Your pores are teeny tiny. They are definitely not enlarged. You will have more visible lines if that's from dryness or premature aging. Combination skin is that a combination pretty much of both dry skin and oily skin. Usually you have oiliness around your T-zone. You might have enlarged pores in these areas, but you still might find that you have dryness around the edges of your face. And then if your skin is normal, don't worry, all skin is normal, but it just means that your skin isn't particularly oily or dry or a combination of both. Pretty much you're blessed because you don't experience lots of breakouts and oiliness, but also you don't deal with lots of flakiness and dryness. So this is what you're going to do with this information. You are going to determine what kind of base makeup products are going to suit you. And before I say the rule, it does not mean that this rule cannot be broken, but it's easy to follow. And especially if you're a beginner, I do recommend following these recommendations. If you have dry skin, I would be looking for hydrating, dewy foundations. I would be avoiding powder and looking for more cream products, so cream blushes, cream bronzers. On the other side, if you are more of an oilier skin type, you want to do the opposite. You want to be looking for matte foundations and lots of powder. If you're a mixture of both, which I am, you could be looking for foundations with like a satin finish. So it's neither super matte or super glowy. And I always recommend for a combination skin type to still really heavily powder your T-zone. Otherwise, you're going to look like an oily mess if you go something dewy. And if you've got a normal skin type, you kind of get to choose whatever you like. But again, these rules are flexible. You don't have to follow these 100%, but if you are a beginner, it's an easy thing to follow to make sure your makeup's going to last all day. Like, it's just never going to end well if you have super dry skin and then you choose a super heavy matte foundation. Of course, you're going to look like a flaky mess. And then if you have oily skin, if you're using something super dewy, super glowy, it's literally just going to slide all off. Let me know if that was helpful because I think it's super important to know this before you start your makeup journey.